I want to go over some advice on choosing a assisted spring switchblade. Switchblade, or what, assisted spring opening knife. I should really call it that. This is a switchblade. It's an Italian switchblade. Just press the button, it opens up, and you got the Sicilian version, which is just got the, just the style the way it is. Now with assisted spring, you know, you press down on a nub that's on the blade itself. It's not, you know, of course, if you know, it's a difference, obviously. It's legal in more states than what a true switchblade is, but there's other considerations involved when you're buying them, because I got two more on the way now of these assisted springs, and I started realizing something, what you should really look for in the design. Now the stiletto design is more for offensive, right? Still practical knife though too. This one, I did another video on it where I had to modify the nub on a blade because it was, you know, I made this indentation right here, so when you can press it down straight like that, right? And it works a lot better. But one thing with these assisted openers, first off, if you got a stiletto type blade, the handle's more narrow, so you can inadvertently put your hand right here, not realizing that you're blocking the blade. Another thing is, if the handle's slippery like this, I like the handle on it because it's got the Confederate flag, like I got my Confederate flag motorcycle cover over there, right? Okay, but you know, if your hands are sweaty, you might grip it over here or something like that. You might block the blade, or you might slip off it. But I did fix this one a lot better. It does open up with 1/3 the force it did before, because the way they modified that nub. Not that I want to tell people to do that, because once you take away metal, you could be screwed up. But I've modified it so it can press it straight down, and it works great. This is Tac Force, big boy, big one, right? Opens up quick. It's got a liner lock, but a very nice extension on the liner lock to close it, right? Which I like that feature, to tell you the truth. That's a good feature. But the other side of it is this. See the textured handle? This one, there's a lot less chance you put your thumb over here. I mean, if you're in a hurry getting out this blade or something, you know, it might be the reason you're taking it out. It's a, you know, hey, somebody's trying to kill me. I don't know, maybe. You know, there's a charging moose at 1,500 pounds coming at you, and you got your big boy stiletto. Yeah, really. Anyway, but you know, one of the reasons you got assisted opening is you want to open up fast. And if you open it up fast, it might be in a situation where you need to open up fast. It could be just like you need to cut a rope real quick or something, right? Fishing net or something, right? But the thing is, this one with the flat and the flat handle with these textured, it's a lot better than, and it's not that I don't like, I like the Confederate, this is what I really like about it, it's Confederate flag. But this is, if this was wider and textured, it would be better. It would be better. So, and for some reason, this mechanism really opens up very well for such a huge blade. Now this one works great. I think it's from United Cutlery. But I got a couple more coming on the way that are just regular clip point blades, because first off, the clip point blade is usually more useful, especially with a serrated edge, a partially serrated edge. That's one reason I got this one, even though this is a true switchblade from Frank Beltrame in Italy. I'm probably going to use this like as an everyday knife quite a bit too, because it's not expensive, it's not real wood, it looks like real wood. But separately, when we were talking about these, that's just something I threw in there as a sideline, but when we're talking about these assisted openers, first off, when you have the handles a little wider, because you have a clip point blade versus a stiletto blade. Now this one still opens up pretty damn good because I modified that nub. You got more handle to grab onto. You're not going to do this, you know. You're not going to stick your finger over here and go, ooh, it doesn't work. You know, it's, you got a lot more handle. This one, you got skinny handle. It's kind of slippery, and could stop you from opening it quick when you really need to open it up quick for something. It could be something where, hey, I got to cut this rope or else I'm going to be pulled into the water. You know, I don't know. That's really where actually, honestly, that's where the freaking automatic opening knives were developed for fishermen. when the nets were dragging the boat into the water due to high swells. They had to be able to just pull out a knife real quick and be able to have a good sized knife in their pocket. So what they do is they pull the knife out real quick, and they would hit the button. They go, they hit the button, and they cut the net away from the boat, or else the boat would go under with the net, and with it full of fish, and the seas were kicking up. It wasn't even designed for. The stiletto blade was designed for offensive weaponry, like the bayonet. But as far as the push button, that wasn't designed for offensive purposes. That was designed for fishermen originally by a charade company back in the 1920s. So I don't know why they get bent out of shape about that. Which some of the states, they're illegal. Quite a few states are illegal. Not the southern states though. Not to own them for sure. A lot of the southern states, except for Louisiana, I think. I think in Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and I think South Carolina, you're pretty, you can own them. I think you can carry them around as long as they're not concealed. There's different laws. I think in Florida, if it's concealed, you'd have to have a concealed carry permit. In Georgia, the blade has to be under 5 inches. Tennessee, they're open all the way. South Carolina's pretty good on their, really good on their laws. But this one, like I said, it's probably because it's a little shorter blade, but there's something different about the mechanism, but still a liner lock. And another thing is make sure you got a clip on them. Now, one thing I like the clip, but I choose the direction of the clip this way, where the blade, if the clip's on there and you press it, you see how my thumb over there by mistake? It comes down. So if you're pulling this, if you have this on your boot, or you have this on your belt, you pull it out, or if it's on your pocket, you pull it out, your hand is near this. On this one, the clip is the other way around. So if you have it on your boot, you got to flip it around and then open it. See what I mean? So I got a couple more of these coming, but they're going to be more of this style with a clip point blade, assisted openers, good mechanisms. Another thing to choose is, aluminum handles versus plastic. Even like these, they'll tell you these are for, this is bone with a brass liner in there. It's still not weak or nothing, but they say this is more for collectional display purposes. But back in the day, that was your everyday knife. And I don't think this is going to be my, it's going to be my kitchen knife, to tell you the truth. This one's a really fast kitchen knife. You can keep a big knife in here and just hit the button. This one I might carry around quite a bit, but I'm going to have to probably get a concealed weapons permit later for this damn puppy if I carry it around in my pocket. Yeah, so what I really would advise for assisted opener is get one that has an aluminum handle on it, not plastic. If it's got some kind of plastic ABS inlays, fine. But if it's mainly plastic, screw that. Another thing is look for at least AUS 6 steel. Let them at least, better off AUS 8 or something even better than that, or 440C. But at least let them specify what the hell brand steel is in it, right? Number 3 is this clip. Make sure it's got a clip on it, and it'd be better if the clip is this way. This clip actually should be the other way around, in my opinion, but that's probably where they put it because it is heavy-duty bolster is a better place to mount the clip. Because when you pull it out, in other words, with this one, the clip will be on your boot or on your belt or on your pocket, and you pull it out, your finger's right there, and you open it up. Just like with this one, your finger's right there. When you pull it out, it opens up. This one, when you pull it out of your pocket, it's still not slow. You got to flip it around and do that. I like this one a lot, though, to tell you the truth. I carry this one. Actually, that's on my boot all the time. But those are the considerations. Watch for smooth, thin grips. Not cool. They might be nice with the stiletto blade. I'm getting away from these stiletto blades. I'm actually going to get more clip point blades with maybe a partially serrated edge. Look for aluminum anodized handles, or some kind of metal. Even if it's got wood inlays or something like that, fine, but where there's a lot more metal on the handle, where it's a lot sturdier. And also examine this nub. You notice how this nub, like in other words, let me close it, not that nub. This nub is more vertical, like in not, I don't know how to describe it, but it sticks out more like that. If you got a nub on there that's like a 45-degree angle like this one used to be, this used to be, I took out all the metal and made that little right angle bend in there, right, with a Dremel tool. This was very hard to open because when you'd had to kind of grip it and slide it down. It took quite a bit of force. Now it's like you got a grip right there and you push it this way and it opens good. But the other thing is it's got a small, it's because it's stiletto. It's got not a very wide handle and it's got slippery plastic on it. But still it opens okay. It works pretty good now. I got it since I modified it. But this one is undoubtedly the easiest one to open. So, and quickest. Actually, that one and this one is not much a damn difference, really. You know? And you could say that's assisted spring. And this is actually a more useful blade. It would be even more useful if it had a serrated edge down here, too. Which I always like those because if there's a lot of uses you can use for that serrated edge. So I've got a couple more coming that are going to be assisted spring that are real easy to flick open, but they're also they're clip point blades. They're grip texture on here, and also they're good for you know, they hold up. They're made with a lot of strength, like in other words in the handle and all that kind of garbage. So this one always goes on my boot. The only thing I said before is I wish that clip was the other way around. Not a big deal, not a big deal, but that's stuff to watch for. The stilettos are okay, but you know, and I love this Confederate flag one, but you really would be better off with a texturized flat handle. It makes it easier. Like I said, this one with the modified nub on it, it's still freaking, that really made it a hell of a lot better, man. It's freaking, I don't have any complaints about it, but you know, if my hands were really sweaty, I could easily slip off of here and do something like that and go, ooh, it's not, because it's not a wide blade. You're much less likely to do that with the other one, this one, texturized and all that. And like I said, when you're going to be using this, and the reason you got assisted opening or, you know, push button opening is that you might need it quick. You don't want something where your hand's going to slip and not open it quick. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So best thing I think is your clip point blade with the wider handle, having the, you know, pocket clip on there besides, which is very handy. Maybe the glass breaker is a good thing to have. I don't know what I'd ever use that for. Maybe someday, you know, it's a little hammer. But having the clip the other way, so, you know, the clip would be not that way, but over here. So when you pull it out of your pocket, it's you got your finger right there. So that's just some quick advice on it. But and most states, and I don't want to say, actually, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put a plug in for, I think it's kniferights.org. I'm going to be joining them too, because I'm going to tell you right now, that's another situation where the lawmakers are gotten stupid about the knife laws, because they, you know, you got kitchen knives out there that are freaking far more lethal than these push button knives, but for some reason, these are like super illegal in some states even to own, which is stupid in my opinion. So I'm joining up kniferights.org. I think that's what they are.